Josh, being the firstborn, he definitely has a lot of initiative, and he can get the job done.
And he's just very sensitive to others, and he's a very likable person. When I was a state representative, I used to take him down to the Capitol with me, but a lot of the other state representatives quickly named him the little governor.
It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday, January 25th. I hope you guys are having a really good day. So yesterday we talked about how Jim Bob and Anna Duggar's relationship has kind of soured, and it all is because Jim Bob Duggar and Anna disagree about Josh's guilt. Even though Josh Duggar is guilty, Anna and Josh are holding tight to the fact that he's innocent, and Jim Bob and Michelle basically have told friends, I guess, allegedly, that he's guilty. So I was sitting down with a source and we were talking about what the next steps are for Anna. And is she going to divorce him? Are the Duggars even maybe nudging her towards divorce? Like, what's the thought process going on in the house? So it's interesting because Jim Bob and Michelle may not have actually talked with Anna about divorce, according to my source, but people around the Duggars actually want Jim Bob and Michelle to allow Anna to get divorced. Now, I know that sounds horrible to say allow, but Anna, because of where she's at in her life and because she's a staunch believer in the Institute and Basic Life Principles, she is looking at Jim Bob and Michelle now for counseling or to counsel her on major life decisions. So she's under the umbrella of authority of her husband, Josh, and then Josh is under God. So under the authority of Josh, and with Josh not around, she would defer to other men for advice on different areas. And one of those men would be Jim Bob Duggar. Now, her and Jim Bob are basically not really talking that much, I was told by a source. But apparently, some of the people around the Duggars are starting to really question why, at this point, given the totality of the evidence, why someone won't just say to Anna, it's okay, you can get a divorce. So I was told that the belief at this point right now is that absolutely no one around the Duggars has confronted Anna at all about her marriage, and that no one in regards to that has suggested that it would be okay for her to leave, because they believe instead that she needs to be married to Josh no matter what. And instead of letting her go on with her life and take care of her kids and move forward, there's a lot more of guilt and just this idea that she can't. So it's not an option. They're not going to bring it up. They're not going to even allow her to talk with anyone. So I asked a source and I said, if Anna wanted to talk to someone about something, would she be able to go to counseling and even get an idea of what her experience has been being married to Josh? And my source said that Anna is even though Anna is Reformed Baptist, which is a little bit different than what the Duggars believe, she still is also she adheres to a lot of what she learned in the IBLP. So of all of the kids, Anna is an IBLP believer more so than some of the other siblings. Because of the way that she grew up, she doesn't believe that she can divorce Josh, but there's people around her that think that she should be able to. And that's kind of a hot button point between people that aren't talking to her about it and other people that want those conversations to be had. So there are people that want Anna to be confronted and told, it's okay, you can leave Josh. Like, it's okay, he's done something horrible. You shouldn't be expected to stay. He has broken all of the vows. He has completely betrayed you. He is not safe to be around your kids. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect your children. You need to move on with your life. So there's a camp of people around the Duggars apparently that want that message to be brought to Anna and are trying to encourage Jim Bob to speak with Anna about divorcing Josh. So whether or not Jim Bob would actually be receptive to those kind of conversations is a whole nother ballgame, because Jim Bob has told friends that he's going to take care of Anna. So he has basically squashed any opportunity for anyone to even broach the topic of divorce, and has basically allegedly said he's going to take care of Anna and the kids now that Josh can't. And because Anna is now his responsibility, he's going to take that responsibility on and provide for them and give them a life that Josh can't give them, which is a huge burden for a parent to take on, being that Anna has the ability to work, and apparently, people say she's not educated, she doesn't have any skills, and I think that's really underqualifying her abilities. Anna is intelligent, Anna could get a job. Really saying that she couldn't get a job really, I think, would keep her in a state of dependence. When you tell someone you don't have skills, you don't have an education, well, then why would she even try? She does have skills. She doesn't have the best education, but she could at least do something. There's tons of options out there for women to leave situations like this. But Jim Bob provides her a life that makes it so that she wouldn't have to work, which, as I told you about, is that she doesn't want to work. So Jim Bob has flat out, basically told people, I'll take care of Anna. And now some of the people around the Duggars think it's kind of selfish for them to not encourage Anna to get a divorce. So can you believe that there's actually people in the Duggars' lives that would encourage a divorce to happen? I was kind of shocked when I heard this. I couldn't fathom a single one of their friends being like, it's okay, she can get a divorce. Because I thought and I assumed that everyone in their lives would be totally against this. But I'm wrong. There are apparently people that disagree adamantly with the Duggars right now about not talking to Anna about a divorce. And Anna looking to Jim Bob and Michelle as authority figures, it matters to her what their thoughts and feelings are about this. I then said, well, could Anna go get counseling? Or what if she wanted to talk to someone about her experience? No, because they don't believe in counseling. They would never do counseling. That's not how they work. So not only is she not hearing it's okay to divorce Josh, she's also not educated at this point on whether or not she's actually a victim of anything, which is really sad. She doesn't even know her options because no one's told her what they are. The court could intervene if they wanted to. If they did an evaluation of the kids and she refused to leave Josh and refused to divorce him, they could take custody from her. I mean, that's pretty severe and extreme, but it's happened. That could be one avenue that gets the message through her. But the friends around the Duggars were hoping that Jim Bob and Michelle would have that conversation with her. So they are like, it's okay. It's absolutely okay for you to divorce in this situation. Now, I said, well, under any circumstances, do you think there's any other kids in this family that would divorce? And they basically said, if the Duggars won't permit Anna to divorce in a situation as extreme as what she's going through, then it's going to make it even more impossible for any of the other siblings to even consider a divorce. Because if they see what Josh has done and seeing that Anna has been sticking by, that's going to be their model that they're going to follow. Okay, well, mom and dad said that we can't get divorced. This is what we follow. And remind you, they still trust their parents immensely when it comes to life advice, which is shocking. And so they're not going to, if Anna can't get a divorce, then none of them can get a divorce. It's weird to think of adults that can't make their own decisions, but they're so trapped in the IBLP mindset where they can't think for themselves and they defer to authority constantly. So nobody in Anna's life is telling her she can get divorced. That's close to her. And so for now, that's part of the problem here, is that she's not getting any other outside there's no other outside opinions that are coming in to Anna that are actually speaking a language that she could understand, which is sad. And there's people that are trying to get in touch with her and they're not. One of my sources said that they have been trying to get in touch with Anna for quite some time and she's just literally not responding to anyone's phone calls. She has become a shell of a human being. They described Anna as really just a fraction of who she used to be, just existing at this point, really struggling and not who she once was. So maybe one of these people that's claiming that they want to have these conversations will have a conversation with him. I don't know if that'll happen. Maybe someone in their lives can encourage Anna that it's an option and that they could use scripture in the Bible to show her that she can leave. And maybe that could open her eyes. But at this point, nobody on the Duggars end would permit it. It's so disgusting. Now, moving on. On top of all of the stuff that's been going on with Anna, there's also been quite a bit of discussion about what could happen with Counting On. So, and what's happening with reality television and what's going to happen. I think I've just discussed this whole docuseries that's coming up from Amazon. We know that TLC cut ties with the Duggars back in, I think it was June or July. And I was actually doing some looking at their website, and they have scrubbed Counting On from their website. But it's really bizarre to me because they have removed a lot of the videos from their website, but a lot of the videos of Counting On are still on their YouTube channel. And when I went to their Facebook page, I noticed that their Facebook official Counting On page is still existing, and it still directs people to watch Counting On streaming on the Discovery platform, the Discovery Plus streaming network, and you can watch the seasons there. So they haven't removed the Duggars from a platform where they are not dependent on advertising, but they are dependent on subscription revenue. So that had me wondering, like, could the Duggars come back in some sort of, could they reformulate this plot again? Because I was looking back at how they recrafted this a couple years ago. So when Josh got into his scandal in 2015, they canceled the show, and then literally they canceled the show in like June, and they brought the new season of Counting On in December. So they had announced a brand new show, a new format within months. They haven't announced anything, and they scrubbed everything after the conviction except leaving up pockets of things that make me feel like, could TLC potentially not be done with the Duggars? Now, they never flat out said that they would never work with the Duggars, and that's why I'm like slightly suspicious, because they said they weren't going to be filming any more seasons of Counting On, and they wanted to give the Duggars the time and the privacy to deal with this issue. And then the Duggars thanked the producers and blah, 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 blah. So we just assumed it was over. But then they also alluded to new projects that could be coming up down the line. We know that the Duggars are not ones that want to stay shy out of the spotlight. He ran for office, and he wants to have a public presence so that he can push his life out there, and his mission and his belief system, his ministry is what he calls it. So I was like, well, would someone else pick them up? And I'm like, you know, Mama June got caught lying in bed with a guy that did terrible things to her daughter, and she got another show on WeTV. There are so many reality stars that have done terribly, horribly awful things that have gone on and starred in new shows. There has been people on Jersey Shore and MTV that have done horrible things that have still been able to maintain networks and get shows and get ratings. And I keep thinking that some network is going to try to craft a way to bring the girls about life outside after the Duggars, or surviving the Duggars, or surviving Josh Duggar, or something like that. But who knows? For right now, there's nothing on the coming up. And maybe with this new series coming out by Amazon, that will totally curtail all of this. But so it's TLC is done for now. Whether or not they'll get a new show in the future, that I don't know. Advertisers don't want anything to do with the Duggars right now because of the conviction. But does that mean that there would be no market for some of the kids in the future? Like Jeremy and Ginger, what if they got their own show? Or what if at some point Jill and Derek got a show? Jill and Derek said that they didn't want to do reality television in the format in which their parents did. So I don't know if they would ever go back to reality television. But it's always this itch that once you have once you've got your foot in the door and you have a public platform, for a lot of people that are in that world, it's hard for them to leave it. And it's hard to leave the money. Plus, there's always some network out there that's willing to take a chance on someone. So I don't know if that will actually happen. But I thought the ambiguity of it, and the fact that their Facebook page is still up, the videos are still up on Facebook, it's still available on streaming. Like, What's TLC's plan here? Are they completely done, or are they going to trick us again and bring us another like counting on type thing in the future? That I don't know. In the next video, we're going to talk about John and Abby, but for now, Anna Duggar's people around Anna want her to get a divorce, and Jim Bob has not actually had that conversation with her, allegedly. Are you shocked to hear that some people want her to get a divorce? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.